Hi everyone, I'm Jayne at Rockin' Worms. Good evening. Welcome to my channel where I talk primarily about red wiggler, composting worms, and mealworms. I want to give you a quick update tonight on how I'm going to fix my indoor tabletop pre-composting bin that I set up the other night. This is the white one, which was the one that we started on and then stopped on because my cameraman messed up. Still his fault, but we forgive him, right, folks? But I need to go back and do something with this bin because when we did the temperature check last night, it was way below what the other bin was. So I'm gonna work on it while I'm talking to you and bring you up to speed. First thing I want to do, is take a smell check. A little coffee, that's it, not even much. Okay, the next thing I want to check is the temperature. Here it is. Okay, the ambient temperature is 77 degrees, if you can see that. I'm gonna put this in. Last night, the temperature was 82 degrees. Let's see if it's any higher. 84. Seems to be sitting there. Okay, so what's happening with this bin is not much. We want to ramp up the activity here so our process works faster and we get to that lovely pre-compost bedding quicker. What I'm gonna do to fix this is I'm gonna add 8 more gallons of shred, and I'll explain to you why I'm doing that in a minute. I just want to concentrate for a second so I don't throw this all over my living room floor. And we're going to add 3 gallons of damp, heavy coffee grounds from Starbucks in town. I tell you, these people there are great. I walk in the door and they start putting their grounds together for me. I don't even have to say anything anymore. So like I said to you before, don't feel weird about going in because they're happy to give it to you. I'm also going to add a gallon of the vegetable juice, puree, slop, whatever you want to call it, right on top here. This lovely green color is a result of avocados. Somebody gave me a box of avocados about a month ago. I didn't have freezer space, so I dehydrated them. And in order to make this liquid to work on this bin with, I rehydrated the dehydrated avocados with a combination of regular water and vegetable juice I still had from the other night. Okay, I'm going to start working this in. Okay, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the next several minutes here, is working this in and talking to you. All right, so I said in the beginning that I'm fixing this bin. That's a bit of a misstatement. There's nothing wrong with this bin. It's just not working how I want it to as far as its rapid increase in temperature. Now, the way I know the bin is working, aka not broken, is I did have temperature rise. It was, what was it? 8 degrees above my ambient temperature. And I also didn't have any nasty odors. So I know the biota is working. And that actually leads me to clarifying something. These systems are pretty simple. There's really only 4 moving parts. There's the carbon, which is your paper or cardboard. There's the nitrogen, which in this case is a lot of your coffee grounds. And then you have your moisture, which is the water, and the vegetables, which the vegetables also work as a nitrogen source. And you have the biota, which develops 4 parts. So if your bin is not working how you want it to work, it's one of those things that you need to look at and figure out what's going on. Now, when I was thinking about why this bin was not operating on the same level as the blue bin, I knew, as I already said, the biota was fine. You can always add more biota. It's great, no problem. But I had working biota. So that means I had to look at carbon, nitrogen, and moisture. And what I realized is I needed to address all 3 of those factors, because when I stopped working on this bin, when we needed to film the blue bin, I did stop working on this bin, and I never went back to it because I forgot, and added that second layer of organics. I did not add the second layer of carbon, coffee grounds as the nitrogen, and the moisture in the form of water and vegetables. And you can see, I'm kind of working it here, right? This goes back also, by the way, to your selection of bin size. You need, oh, I'm starting to feel a little heat down here. That's good. It's from, you know, the previous 84 degrees, but it's nice to feel it because I was not feeling it on the surface at all. I'm going to put in more liquid here, folks. Oop, that one's empty. Fortunately, I have another one ready to go. More of that delicious avocado. The avocado I was given was not good for human consumption, but I certainly wasn't going to throw it away or waste it. So using it for this kind of application is perfect. Okay, back to the bins. So you got to be able to reach all the way down to your bin. There's just no way around it. Even if that means you need to use a smaller, less deep bin. You can do this process in a 5-gallon bucket. And if you read the comments on the various part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there'll be more. If you read the comments other people are making on these videos, you will see that several of them share that they use 5-gallon buckets or smaller bins because that's what they have. That's what fits their space, or it's what they have on hand. So the 5-gallon buckets or smaller bins work fine. They just work slower. So you just need to give them more time to do what they need to do. And when you get the opportunity to add more to the bin or the bucket, take it. This material will condense, adding more liquid, as it breaks down. It just takes up less space over time. So you'll have opportunities to add more cardboard, more coffee grounds, and more liquid. And just keep doing it. Keep this bin or whatever you're using, you know, topped up. You want just enough space at the top that you can continue to work it without flinging it all over the place. I actually wanted to add in 10 gallons of cardboard into this bin to make it more equal to the blue bin, but I was afraid that if I did, I wouldn't have enough top space to work in. So that's why I chose just to do 8 gallons of shred right now. But when the opportunity arises to add more to this bin, I will. Okay. I am thinking this is pretty good. And we're gonna call it on this bin for tonight. I will check on its temperature in about 18 hours and see if I'm getting that temperature rise I'm looking for now that the volume in the bin has increased significantly. So I'm gonna put the top on and let this go back to work. Now, how about we take a little sneak peek into the navy blue bin and see if that has increased any temperature over the 111 degrees we got last night. I technically shouldn't do it, but you know what? It's my channel. I can do it if I want. I'm gonna slide down the blue bin. I'm gonna take off the cardboard top. Wait a minute, throw that on the floor. That up. I'm gonna do the old burrito roll to encapsulate the shred top. Put it on the lid. Keep it as less messy. Again, I can feel the heat on that roll, and I can feel the heat coming off of the bin. Again, a little coffee, not much at all. Let me find where I put my thermometer. Hold on, here it is. Again, temperature is 77 in the house. Let's stick the thermometer in and see what we get. 97, 100. Come on, baby, let's go, let's go. 104. It's like watching paint dry, isn't it? But a little bit more exciting. 105. I wish I could make it go up quicker on camera, but there we are. What are we at? We're sitting at 105. So it's actually a little bit less than it was last night. Let's try another spot real quick. Now your temperature in your bins will go down after a period of time, and that signals that the biota is using up what it has available to it. And it just means you need to add more food, right? The food is the carbon and the nitrogen and the moisture. And this is 95. Okay, well, you know what? I'll tell you, I'm a little surprised, but this happens. So what I'm gonna do is simply aerate this bin a little bit and get it working again. No problem. This happens. These bins, I mean, I can still feel the heat though. I have to tell you, I'm also kind of wondering about my thermometer. It was acting a little flaky the other day, and I put a new battery in, and I'm still not sure it's 100%. I might have to break down and buy a new one. That would be a thing to do. Okay. Cameraman. It's hard to find good help these days. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more moisture into this. I got a little bit of this avocado juice left, moisture left, and I'm going to put that in too. All right. Well, it looks like we have two bins we have to work with to get them up to maximum functionality. And again, that's the way it goes. Try it. Try adding more carbon, try adding more nitrogen, which is what I would do first. If your bin isn't heating up as quickly or as much as you want it to, and it's not smelling, add more nitrogen. which is what I just did with that vegetable matter, because that is nitrogen in a, water source. Okay. I can feel the heat coming off of it. It's starting to make me sweat. It makes me wonder on the temperature. You want to give it one more time? Let's give it one more shot. Can't be any less than it was, right? Well, I guess it could be because that vegetable mixture is cold. So that might bring the temperature down a little bit. And that's exactly what it's doing. All right, well, there it is. Let's check on this. Oh no, it's back up to 100 and heading up. Yay. That's good. All right, so let's put this one back to bed with its burrito cover. Tuck it into the corners. Keep what's in the bin. Keep what's out of the bin out of the bin. And put its top on. And there we go. And we'll check in again in 24 to 48 hours and see what our bins are doing. I hope you found this a little instructional. If you're having difficulties or challenges with your bins, just get in there and try different ways to get it doing what you want it to do. Again, read the comments below. A lot of people are sharing what they do, and I think it's fantastic. So anyways, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. This is Jayne, yours in the dirt. Good night.